These are our angry teenage years. And what do you do when you have a teenager who's threatening themselves and others? You just try to get them through this period alive.
We're just a bunch of angry teenagers, and we don't know what's coming next. Just great. Democrats are distracted with the most bizarre issues. So yesterday, the biggest blow up of the day happened in the House of Representatives, where there was a House committee that was meeting, one of the members of that House committee, where a person formerly known as Tim McBride, who is a biological male who says he is a female and calls himself Sarah McBride, Representative Keith Self of Texas, referred to McBride as Mr. McBride because, of course, Sarah McBride is a man, and all hell broke loose.
I now recognize the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranking Member Keating, also wonderful.
Mr. Chairman, could you repeat your introduction again, please?
Yes, we have set the standard on the floor of the House, and I'm simply...
What is that standard, Mr. Chairman? Would you repeat what you just said when you introduced a duly elected representative from the United States of America? Please.
I will. The representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. Mr. Chairman, have you no decency? I've come to know you a little bit, but this is not decent.
We will continue this
You
hearing.
will not continue it with me unless you introduce a duly elected representative the right way.
This hearing is adjourned.
Okay, so I will notice here that the Congress member who is chiding Keith Self right there, and Representative Bill Keating, the one who's losing it on him from Massachusetts, when he says, "Have you no decency, sir?" Right, that is a paraphrase of something that was said by a Boston lawyer back in the McCarthy era to Joseph McCarthy when McCarthy was going after people for supposedly being communists. Right, he said, "Have you no sense of decency?" So just to commit right now, the thing that the Democrats are most concerned about is that a man must be called a woman even if he is not a woman. You geniuses, you. Slow clap for you guys. You're really on the ball these days, really doing great. Meanwhile, Elissa Slotkin, who for some reason, the senator from Michigan, is being promoted as a sort of new hot face of the Democrats. I'm not sure what the supposed skill set is that elevates her to this position, but she appeared on that great presidential testing ground, The View, total IQ, 72. I mean, total, like for all of the members. And there, she proceeded to insult Americans, which is always a great idea.
I don't think there's anyone who feels like what's going on right now is normal, even if you voted for Trump, right? I think there's a feeling in the country. I mean, I often say this, we're about to turn 250 years old, right? We're still pretty young for a country. These are our our angry teenage years, right? We are going through this push and pull where we're happy, we're sad, we want this, we want that. And what do you do when you have a teenager who's threatening themselves and others? You just try to get them through this period alive so that their brain can fully form and you can come back to kind of what a country...
Are you talking about Trump?
No, I'm talking about our country. We're pendulum swinging. And so for me, I think I don't think there's a single American who feels like this is normal.
No, it doesn't feel like so. We're just a bunch of angry Americans, angry teenagers, and we don't know what's coming next. Just great. I'm so glad that you've characterized the American people this way. This is definitely the way to win them back. We'll get to more on this in a moment. First, are you aware of House Bill Section 702? That extends the rights of government agencies to legally monitor American citizens without a warrant. Congress just renewed it for another couple of years. While we should demand better privacy protections from the government, it's also important to take steps to protect yourself in the meantime. One significant way your privacy is compromised is through your browsing history. Your internet service provider tracks every website you visit, and if you live in the United States, they can legally share that data with other companies and government agencies. This is where ExpressVPN comes in. ExpressVPN is a virtual private network that reroutes all of my internet activity through secure encrypted channels. This means no one, not government entities, data brokers, even my internet service provider, can access my online activity. Now, I use ExpressVPN literally all the time. I'm in airports or I'm in hotels. I also have public Wi-Fi, and there's no reason anybody should be able to use that to grab my info. ExpressVPN hides your IP address. That's the number that identifies you online, allows data brokers to create a profile of your activities. ExpressVPN is incredibly user-friendly. It requires one tap to activate it, works on all devices. A single subscription covers up to 8 devices simultaneously. Find out how you can get 4 months free. Scan that QR code on screen, click the link in the description box below, or go to expressvpn.com/Ben Shapiro Show. Meanwhile, the big photo op of the day was President Trump did a photo op with Elon Musk featuring Tesla at the White House. Presumably that has something to do with the fact that that Elon Musk's company has taken some major hits since he signed on to do all the work that he's been doing at Doge. Again, I'm a big fan of what he's been doing at Doge. Tesla stock was trading at a high of like $480 a share almost in December of 2024, is now trading at approximately half that. So it's been a pretty major knockoff. Again, Tesla's an amazing company. I own a Tesla. I think Tesla's great. Here's President Trump promoting Tesla yesterday at the White House.
Hello, President Trump. Are you looking to buy or lease today?
Well, I'm going to buy. And I'm going to buy because, number one, it's a great product, as good as it gets. And number two, because this man has devoted his energy and his life to doing this. And I think he's been treated very unfairly by a very small group of people. And I just want people to know that you can't be penalized for being a patriot. And he's a great patriot. And he's also done an incredible job with Tesla.
Okay. Meanwhile, Elon Musk said that he was going to be working on doubling vehicle output. This has been a serious problem for Tesla in the past, is that the demand for Tesla has not been supplied because there's been bottlenecking in the process. Here he was yesterday.
As a function of the great policies of President Trump and his administration, and as an act of faith in America, Tesla is going to double vehicle output in the United States within the next 2 years. Double.
It's a big deal. That's great. Thank you. And by the way, he makes one car. This one I don't understand. This one I don't want, but that's okay. Without a steering wheel. It comes out next year, right?
Yes.
Explain that, please.
Yes. The Cybercab starts production in Texas next year, and it's self-driving. We have so much confidence in the self-driving nature of it that it'll actually not have a steering wheel. It will not have pedals. It'll either self-drive or not drive at all, but it'll self-drive.
President Trump, and I'm going to pass on that particular.
Okay, so again, President Trump's very funny, and this is a nice, warm embrace here from President Trump for Elon Musk and the car. President Trump also said there's been a bunch of violence at Tesla dealerships, and he says, I'll label this domestic terrorism, which, again, if you're like blowing up particular stores in the name of politics, kind of definitionally domestic terrorism.
Mr. President talks about some of the violence that's been going on around the country at dealerships. Some say they should be labeled domestic terrorists.
I will do that. I'll do it. I'm going to stop them. We catch anybody doing it because they're harming a great American company. You know, I've stuck up for the NFL. I've stuck up for a lot of American companies and other companies, but American companies. I did a very big favor for the NFL. I do favors for all. When you heard an American company, especially a company like this, supplies so many jobs that others are unable to do, when you do that, those people are going to go through a big problem when we catch them.
Okay, so again, this is quite proper. Now, as I say, the big flaw here is if the economy goes south. Bernie Sanders is waiting in the wings. He is waiting for the economy to go south, because then what he's going to claim is that the oligarchy sent the economy south to hurt you. This is going to be the next take. If the economy goes south, mark my words, the Bernie bros will be back and stronger than ever, because they're going to claim falsely that the economy going south is not the result of bad economic policies like, for example, tariff wars, but it's actually the result of evil predatory capitalism. Bernie's waiting for it. He's rooting for it. Here he was yesterday.
These are, the scariest times in my lifetime. That's all. I mean, I think that's objectively the truth. It is not just they want to give tax breaks to billionaires and cut programs for working people. Frankly, that's happened before.
Yeah.
But you combine that with the power of the oligarchy in general. You combine that with Mr. Musk owning Twitter and able to send out his messages to hundreds of millions of people. You combine that with the fact that people like Bezos, the second wealthiest person in the country, fired or got rid of most of his editorial staff and is going to convert them into a right-wing thing. Combine that with the fact that Trump is suing major media outlets and is threatening to investigate PBS and NPR. So it's not only the power of money, it's also combined with that, the movement toward authoritarianism.
Again, this is going to be the pitch. And so long as things are going well, it's going to fail. That's why things have to keep going well. Well, that's all for now, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below. Be sure to check out all of the other great content on my channel. I'll see you here next time.